Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another round of Redline Racing League's Monday Night League F1, and we're here for round number 4 at China. And as always, I am joined by my fellow co-commentator, Mr. VSR himself, VSR, RoscoArm. Ross, welcome.
Great to be here as always. I still don't know what we do with the sound effects. Mitchie is going to be having a field day, that is for sure, if he's watching this stream back. But anyway, we'll get back to the racing side of things. Who knows what we can expect for China? It was not the ideal, let's just say, race this time last season. So, but we see a bit of overcast conditions here. So I did say last week wet weather could play a factor, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Dill is going to go on the mediums. I've noticed on this game that you can't qualify on hard, so it's going to be, if everybody qualifies on softs, it's an automatic 2-stop. In my opinion, because the softs just die on like 4 laps.
Yeah.
So who's coming out first? It's Edge.
Edge
is
and
out
AlphaTauri.
first. Alright, so while we wait for drivers to come out, I'll just Laggy's not racing tonight, so that's unfortunate for Laggy. So he's leading the chip on 9 points. Death Rose in P2 on 43 points. So 16th Brian got only round 4 out of 22, so a long season ahead. So hopefully Death Row and the likes can catch up to him. Jared's in 3rd, 2 points behind Death Row on 41 points. Benny's in 4th, not here unfortunately. He's on 30 points. And Zombie Hunter is in 5th on 23 points. So that's your top 5. The rest of the field, you got Matt in 6th, Dubstep in 7th, Broker Reptile in 8th. Savoury Pie is in 9th and X-Dill is in P10. So Savoury, the leading Red Bull car out there. Then we've got Brazuka in P11. Pom's 187, he's in P12. He's not racing here tonight, which is understandable because it's China. Laggy, as we just mentioned, he can't make it tonight. He's in 13th. Mitch is in 14th. Cabba Oz in 15th. Penske's in 16th after pretty much crashing out of Australia, bottling Bahrain, and did not make. Oh no, he didn't make Bahrain. Oh, I thought he made Bahrain. Anyway,
we've seen him race the last 2 races, and the last 2 races so far for Penske, but he's back.
And Edge is in 17th with Oz Formula in 18th, and Owens 1503 in 19th with Amira in 20th, but he's not here tonight. These team standings, we've got Racing Point in position 1 on 65 points. Mercedes is in P2, 1 point behind Racing Point on 64. Renault are in 3rd on 46. Ferrari are in 4th on 45. Williams are 5th on 34. Red Bull are 6th on 29. AlphaTauri are in 7th on 9 points. Haas in 8th on 6. And McLaren are 9th on 3 points with Alfa Romeo in 10th yet to get off the mark. So there is your points for the season so far, as Ed has done a lap and he validated his first lap. You got a Red Bull of X-Dill on mediums coming around, and we got someone around.
That's Jared. He's out of the qualifying session. I think he's hit the wall just near the start-finish line, so I have no idea what's happened there, but he's going to start at the back as there goes Dill to the top, 32-0.
on medium, so fantastic lap there for the Red Bull driver, so he will be doing another load. Penske goes to the top with a 30.0, the lone McLaren driver. We have, where is Pete Dubstep? He's coming into the pit lane.
Yeah, Matt's next.
So Matt's next on the cross line to set a lap time, goes P2, a 31.9, nearly 2 seconds off Penske's time. We've got a Red Bull of Savory coming around the hairpin right now, coming towards the final corner. Got to make sure you don't corner cut here. Doesn't go out too wide. Opens up DRS and goes P2 at 31.5, 1.5 seconds behind Penske. And Carver Oz is in fifth with a 32.5, the last of the time runners. We got Zombie Hunter. He's run out ERS, opens up DRS and goes P5 with a 32.1. Probably banker lap, I would assume, is to go on to the medium. And he comes Owens on the pad here tonight. That's a 37.7. Yeah, it's been a while since Owens has raced on the pad. It's a bit. Oh my god, that racing point! It still goes pit. Yes, it was. Ryan invalidated, so he'll be coming into the pit lane. No, he's not. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The Reptile fans will be absolutely going off to nut. He's in P9, hasn't set a lap time on his outlap in the final part of the sector. Penske lane the marker with a 30.029. We might be getting to the 29s here. I mean, there's no doubt we'll be getting to the 29s.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think pole position will be?
Well, let's see, 30.0 for Penske so far. We think soft tyres will be the tyre that'll be used for qualifying. Well, saying that, like I said, some guys are on mediums, but I would think, yeah, mid to low 29s could be a possibility. Mid 29s might be a high possibility. In the low 29s, I wouldn't rule it out, depending on if the quicker guys would want to qualify at the front, but you never know, they may qualify at the back.
Yeah, well, Jared will probably be starting at the back as he crashed out from the start-finish straight. I missed that, so I do apologise for missing that. Just on board with Broken Reptile at the moment. He's gone purple first 2 sectors, but he can't read much into that. Well, it's a nice game.
Glitching as always stuff, but to point out as well, how good is it to have our own custom numbers on the car? Like the last few rounds, obviously, we've had to put up with the real-life racing numbers, but it feels bloody great to have our own custom numbers on the car.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I must say, I was just on board with New Zealand right, he's crashing to the pit lane. He's off again, but here comes Broco Reptile. He's gone P6 at 32.5. It's not very quick. I'm thinking a lot of these drivers will be just doing soft runs. His Edge will be doing a lap. Racing points of Warden. I'll be expecting Warden to come into the lane for another set of tyres. We got someone's around. It's X still, and the long sweeping right-hander towards the back straight.
Yep, it is.
But he's got Matt right behind him.
There it goes.
Yeah, well, they're both in a party chat with each other, so Bill would have known to get out of the way.
Yep.
So the next person to set a lap time is Pete Dubstep. He hasn't set a lap time. He's currently in P9. As I said, no lap time yet. He's on the DRS straight now, back straight, coming towards that hairpin. We got minutes left on this qualifying session for round number 4 at China. Here comes B Dubstep around the final corner, does not invalidate, opens up DRS, it goes P3 with a 31.8, the quickest of the medium time runners. Penske's still in P1 as Bazooka goes P2 with a 31.2. Penske on pole, provisional pole position. This could get interesting as Reptile's back into the lane. We've got the Ferrari of Carver Oz in the start lap. Same with Iron Death Bro. And Edge.
That's wide.
I was going to say Edge is invalidated as well. Death Bro validated. The Owens is back into the lane. Ooh, Matt's crashed. He's missing some wing. He might have just lost it there.
That's probably going to be one of the tricky spots this weekend. That is, well, this race. Those sort of the turn 11, 12, 13 before we come onto the front straight. It's a tricky corner sometimes. You just get on the power a little bit too early, and the back end probably may not agree sometimes, and you'll end up probably half spinning or doing a full 360.
Someone else is going slow. It's Warden. He's probably letting cars go through.
Yeah, I think
Ryan's
on the laps, or on at laps, I should say.
See, the Ferraris are doing a play here. Calvo's on one lap old soft. He's giving the toe to his teammate on Death Row. This could play. Oh, no, Bro's got invalidated.
Oh, Calvo. That's going very wide at the hairpin anyway. But
yeah,
we'll see what Death does.
He's invalidated, so let's see what would he have done.
Probably be close. Oh, would have gone to the top.
Yeah, the 29.9. Okay, we got a slipstream fest going on here between Brian Warden and Penske. The rest gets out of the way. Penske at the hairpin here.
It's a double slipstream, I think that was. So this might improve. Penske into the 29s here. Oh, he's gone.
He's out. No, he's still going. And the racing points will be absolutely not cheer, or probably cheer, because Penske bottled it once again. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Penske bottle for tonight. Owens is struggling out there on that pad.
Yeah, I don't know how much time he's had on this the F1 2020 game. I would probably assume not too much if he's on the pad. But no doubt Mitchie will be cheering on and saying that's a great lap for 37.7, because you know what Mitchie can do on the timesheet sometimes in qualifying.
Yeah. Is it just me, or is the timing's not reflecting the driver's skill as such? Because these times are not quick as we are used to. Is it the track itself, or is it just, something else? Becomes Ryan's invalidated.
So more likely he's starting from the back, but I don't know. I mean, we know that obviously the tracks have been widened a hell of a lot compared to the last game, so I don't know what it is. Maybe everyone's just waiting till like the peak time, which will be later on in the qualifying session. So,
well, Zombie's out there on mediums. I think he's been the only one to qualify mediums by the looks of it. I think everybody's just going to go on soft. Savory's on mediums at the moment, but he's still in the pits. Death Bro's coming on mediums. Matt's in the pits on mediums as well. So, do we think we're going to get a safety car here tonight and everyone just qualifies the softs?
Well, safety car wouldn't rule out a safety car. Well, if it were to happen, it'd probably be the first maybe 6 quarters. At a rough guess, but that's just me. A Zombie goes P4 for 31.372.
As Brian's in the chat, Penske the bottle. Well, we caught Penske's bottle, Ryan, so...
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, the next one to set a lap time is actually Owen. So, let's actually ride on board with Owen for the rest of this lap on this back straight here. It was over 3 seconds up on his previous best, so let's see where this puts Owen. Owens could be a shout for pole position here tonight on the pad, potentially.
Not with that line.
Not with that. So we've got 3 minutes to change left. Owens has abandoned that lap, yet he's coming in.
Yep.
I was going to say 3 minutes to change left. Who's your man for pole position here tonight? Roscoe.
I reckon if he doesn't bottle it in qualifying, I'm not saying he's going to again. Although I may have just put the marker on him. Sorry, Penske, if that does happen in either in qualifying or the race. But I'm going to stick with Penske, current man on provisional pole at the moment. Although Dill's not far behind. Although I don't know if he's going to make another run. So that broken reptile goes P3. But yeah, Frizy, what about you?
I really don't know, to be honest. As Bill's done another lap on that softs, he needs to come in and put on another set of tyres so he doesn't start on those 2 lap old softs. For pole position, well, it's interesting because we've got Penske's on pole, Dill's in P2, Reptile's in P3, but I don't think they both can make the pits, put on a set of tyres and go out again, so I think that's their qualifying done. Brazuka's still in the pits, and Zombie's retired from the session. I'm going to say Death Bro for pole position here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Well, hasn't set a lap time yet in 13th, and on the medium competitor tyres I've just seen.
Yeah, I reckon Death Bro might pull out a worldie of a lap here, as he's weaving a little bit, probably warming up those tyres. So the first person to set a lap time will be not Matt because he's invalidated, will be Calbo.
I don't actually knows. Don't
Yeah,
know what
it's
Matt
Calbo.
and Bill are doing something there, but Reptile? No, is he not? No, he's not on the fly.
Matt has enough time. Matt has enough time to cross the line and do another lap, and that's what he's doing. So the first person to set a lap time will be Calvo Oz on the mediums. He's done a 32.5. He's currently in P9.
He's got no front.
Ooh, okay. Well, that goes that idea then.
Goes on. Move away. Next up is Savory Mince Pie, probably. I don't think he's improving.
Well, I'm on board with Sabre at the moment. So he will be the next one to set a lap time as Calvo Oz is retired. So drivers not setting quick lap times here with 10 seconds to go. This is it. Savory Mince Pie, whatever this lap is, will be his lap, and he's not doing anything. Fantastic. And Brazuka's coming in.
Edge, it'll be the first man to cross the line first.
As qualifying's finished, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Edge will be the first one to hopefully set a lap time here. How many times have I said that Reptile's retired, so he's not improving. He'll be starting P3 currently. When he goes Edge in P12 around the final corner, runs out of ERS, opens up the DRS and goes P6. Savory's P7. We got a Williams of Matt coming.
Matt first.
Yep, there he is. There's Matt coming across the line now. Say P9 does not improve. That's invalidated, so that's not great. Here comes New Zealand Ryan on the mediums. around the final corner. Here he comes, the championship leader opens up DRS and goes
P2.
We got the second racing one of Warden. P4. We got almost 1503. He's invalidated, so he's not improving. Here comes Death Row P4. Penske's invalidated, so he won't be improving. So Penske, ladies and gentle people, has got pole position here tonight, and the McLaren will be absolutely going off the nut here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That is for sure.
There it is. By 0.2 of a second. Penske's on pole position, followed by New Zealand Ryan, but he's on mediums too. Do not forget. So I think Penske won't be first for very much long. Then we've got X-Still in P3, Deathbro in P4, Reptiles in 5th, Warden is in 6th, Bazooka is in 7th, Zombie in 8th, Edge in 9th, and Savory will start P10. We got Dubstep in 11th, Matt in 12th, Cabo Oz 13th, Owens in 14th, and Jared in 15th, with Owens the drunk driver award here tonight, a whopping 7.5 seconds behind pole position.
Yes.
Wow, what a qualifier session that was, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't get into the 29s, which is unfortunate, and it looks like a dry race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like no weather will be playing a factor here tonight unless it rains later on. But we might have a chance of a safety car here tonight. We didn't have one last season, but one can never know.
That's very, very true. Just want to point out as well, Penske's pole lap put him is the first lap that he did in qualifying. So I mean, the second lap, if he didn't have bottled it in the final corner, might have improved a little bit. But it was just that first lap that was pretty much it for Penske.
Yep, the fantastic stuff there from Penske. The first lap is probably 9 times out of 10 going to be not your best lap, but that 1 out of 10 could be your best lap.
Yep.
As we wait for the drivers to do their race strategies and head off on the formation lap. Got 5 people watching. Welcome one and all. Hopefully you're enjoying our coverage here tonight for the Chinese Grand Prix. So we'll bring out the tyre wear. Or tyres, I should say. We want that one.
Ooh, good mix.
So let's have a look here. So we've got Dubstep and Matt, but both Williams. I said in my preview video that I made for RRL, I said the Williams are the third best team on the grid. They're P11 and 12. I only said that because of who's on the grid. I only said that, yeah, who's on the grid. But their, I guess their own and we've got not doing really well, I must say. Even Renault are beating him. Like, it's no disrespect to Renault. I just thought Williams were the better constructor with Dubstep and Matt and Reptile and Betty. I said Williams are better. But fair play to Renault.
Indeed, but it's only 12 points that separates third to fifth. So, I mean, still not impossible. I mean, you'd think Williams would gain on points on Renault's, considering it's 2 drivers against 1. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
You got to think too. Renault's been on the podium twice. I know Reptile got demoted after the Bahrain incident, but Williams hasn't been on the podium at all. I don't think they have, as the predicted pit stop strategy is out.
Oh, okay. Had a pole. Dubstep got pole at Bahrain, but he constituted a 5th placing. I'm just seeing on the results table.
It's going to be interesting here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing for sure, as we wait for DRC Jared to come up the back there, as we get ready for 5 red lights here for the Chinese Grand Prix. The tension in the air, you can cut it with a knife.
Yes.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1. 5 lap. Away we go. Penske gets off to a shocking start. Ryan gets off well. So does B-Dubs. Penske's down to the P2. Warden and X-Still going side by side at turn 1. Warden down the inside of Penske. Penske down the inside. Warden with the better line. No. Yes. Warden up into P2. Side by side with Penske. Warden gets up into P2 behind Penske. Deathbro down the inside of X-Still for P4. Gets the move done. Edge 6. Zombies in Edge. Reptiles down in P8. Dubstep's in 9. Bazooka is in 10. There's positional changes happening between Zombie and Reptile. It looks like Dubstep looking for a move as well, and does not get that move done. Bazooka's in the P10. Carbo's had enough. Same with Savory. So, what an opening right there for the Racing Points. They are 1, 2, Savory's down to P14 and Carbo's in 15, which is unlucky for the Ferrari driver. And here we come on the back straight. Warden right behind these other runs, probably saving that ERS and fuel for later on in that race. Using that slipstream, Penske stays P3 in the podium position. Here comes X-Still and Edge, side by side at the hairpin. Still gets better traction, but here comes Edge to the inside.
Oh, not quite.
No. Bryce sets the pace with a 37.001, and here comes Zombie Hunter.
We got the glitch.
P4. Yeah, it's not P4, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually on Death Row in P4, so fantastic work there. And we're on lap 2, not lap 3. So
yeah, we've still got glitches. Even after the update, we still got glitches. So please fix them, Codemasters.
And X still stays ahead of Edge. Oh my god, this is just
ignore what is going on the left-hand side of your screen. It is not correct. It is the Racing Points 1 and 2.
Death Bro still in P4. I think we're all sorted out again. Yes, we are.
Yep,
there's a massive gap between Jared and Matt. At top 11, it's race on here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Still 1.5 seconds behind Death Bro. Needs to pick up the pace if he wants to hold on to that DRS and slipstream on this back straight here, ladies and gentle people. Here comes Death Bro. Too far back. Probably going to wait for DRS.
Oh, Cowboy's around.
Oh, no.
I don't think he's got front wing damage.
Nah, no front wing. Driver. Matt's in the world on his own at the moment. It's Jared. Down the inside of Bazooka. Down the inside of Speed Dumpster. He's got a traction here. So they both do. Ryan sets the pace again with a 34.5. As we're on lap 3. And here comes DRT Jared.
Yep, up the inside he goes.
Oh, what does B-Dubstep do? He stays behind, and Bazooka's not. He's right there as well. Looking for that one championship point as well, as Penske's behind. More than 1.3 seconds behind with the Racing Points just under a second of each other. The DRS is now enabled. As we're on board with Von Deathbro, hunting down Penske for that P3. Deathbro P2 in the championship. Needs a good result here tonight.
He's going to play it patiently till that long back straight there and get the DRS, as I think Jared and Reptile are battling away there.
Yeah, I saw that. Reptile went so far away, he's lost another spot to B-Dubstep. So Reptile starting 5th, he's down in P10 currently.
Make that 11th.
Right there. The other next one, oh no, it's
Carbo
Carbo
again.
Carbo is not having a great race here tonight. We go back on board with the Racing Points 1 and 2. I think 99 will have DRS, yes he will. Warden sets the fastest lap with a 34.455. And Death Row Penske.
I think Penske knew, just covered, but up the inside he goes.
Oh, Penske has the inside line. Oh, Death Row shuts the door. But Penske's right there.
Keeps it there. He'll have the right corner. He'll have the right line for the next corner. I think he does.
But Death Row pulls out and gets P3. He's on the podium. Now let's see what that Ferrari can do. Can he catch up to the Racing Points here tonight? As we're on board with DRC Jones, right behind his teammate here, so both Mercedes on the same strategy as such, both on mediums. Do we see any team orders?
We've seen it, I think, so far this season. There has been a little bit of switch around at Mercedes, so I wouldn't put it past it that they do it again very shortly. Although Zombie would probably want to get past Edge as quickly as he possibly can.
X still actually holding up a train here. Zombie's gone so far wide there.
That'll give Jarrett the run here.
In the dirty air has not helped out.
Oh, look out.
Zombie, oh, they're going 3 wide here, ladies and gentlemen. Down the back straight, Zombie and Jarrett side by side at the hairpin. Locks up everywhere. But Edge with the switchback. Zombie, Death Row gets a 3-second time penalty, and that's the first one off the race as Edge is coming into the lane to get off those soft tyres. They are actually dead. What it's technically passed up with 34.0. Reptile still in P10. Back up at the P10.
Jarrett again up the inside.
Yeah, I just caught the back end of that, so I do apologise. So Jared's up into P5, I'm starting 15th. And he's on those mediums, and he'll be on the back of Penske pretty soon, one would think.
Yep. It's like a Mercedes attack there on Edge there on the back straight.
I think Zombie, if Edge didn't come in, Zombie would have been the biggest loser out of that. Attacking Edge goes so far out wide. It just lost all momentum on that back straight there. The dirty air on this game is not great as Edge is coming out on mediums.
That would probably confirm a 2-stop, but you expect probably the medium guys to be on the 1-stop, so they'll probably go a little bit longer.
Medium and hard runners on the 1-stop, you would think.
Yeah, sorry, you've got the hard runners, yeah. The Zombies closing in here on Dill for 6th place. Just gaining.
And there goes that Mercedes powered car down the inside at the hairpin and gets the move done, but no, he's still got. I thought Dill might have had a shot there, but Penske stays up for another lap here. Jared 3-second time penalty. Dill is into the lane. Jared set the pace with 34.3, pretty much a 10th quicker than Warden's quick lap time. Oh, it's in P12, the P11 now, he's up and taking X-Still. X-Still's out on another set of softs, so he's actually doing the 2 stoppers, probably doing the 2 fastest compounds. One would think as Edge has done the undercut on X-Still.
Want the big undercut, of course, the difference of tyres as well. I think Dill would probably close up quickly, but again, he'll probably only have a short lifespan on the soft compounded tyres.
What we say about 6 laps, 7 laps on the softs max?
Yeah, maybe. That's just depending if they want to try the 1-stop potentially. I would not rule out, but maybe Penske and maybe a couple of others, or maybe 1 or 2, try the one go on from softs to hards. But here comes DRC Jarrett. Closing in here on the McLaren man. He has a look up the inside of the hairpin.
Oh, what a move by DRC Jarrett onto Penske, and he's up in the P4, starting at the back. Does DRC Jarrett as Penske's into the lane. Now let's see what tyres Penske goes on a whole sitter tonight.
And Reptile's in as well. Brazuca's staying it out here at the moment. It is hards.
Yeah, so Penske doing the one stop here, ladies and gentlemen. 21, 22 laps on the hards. It's doable.
I think it's doable, yeah.
And Savory into the lane.
I don't know what happened at the start there, but Shimi must have had a spin or something, but he's also on the hards.
Reptiles on the hards as well, same as Savory. Poor Carbo in P15, he really needs a safety car to happen pretty soon.
Oh, yes.
Just for him to catch up, really.
Not been an ideal race here at China as like Dill and Edge. We'll come back to him in a minute. As Dill, I think, sweeps by Edge.
Dill on the fastest set of tyres there, but he'll be doing another stop. Same, I think same with Edge as well. I think they're both doing another stop, potentially.
Well, it's
Maybe
the opposite, because Dill's doing soft and assume medium, where Edge will be probably doing soft, medium, then back on to soft later on. He'll have the quicker rubber. These guys closing in on Penske in front on the hards.
Yeah. Let's see what Penske does here. Well, Dill's got DRS now. That's up second. Rizuki's into the lane. The racing points haven't been out of second all race. They're just right there. They're pulling away from death throw at the moment. 4.1 seconds is the gap between Warden and Death. So looks like Dev's just lost all pace.
Yeah, well, for the time being on the mediums, but you never know. Could change on the hards.
So Brazuka's jump Reptile has not had a good couple of laps on those hard competitor tyres.
No.
As I say that, Water's outside of a second. He's back under a second now, so he'll get DRS on this back straight here. There's Dubstep still right behind Zombie Hunter here. Looks like those hards are coming to effect now for the Williams driver.
Yeah, this is probably the time when the hards are probably starting to come into phase here, and the mediums will probably start to wear it a little bit. Probably is why you're seeing the pace. Zombie going the very high line there. Somehow still works, but how much longer? Probably won't be for too much longer, as here comes Dubstep.
And Dubstep down the inside and back onto the racing line. He gets the move done for P5. Let's see what he can do. He's 5.5 seconds behind PXC Jared. Let's see if he can drag Zombie up and Savory get the 3-second time penalty. So we're on lap 9 of 28 as Penske next to you off like sector 3.
I think it was just Owens probably just letting those guys through.
Okay. I thought a massive spin might have happened. But Dill's right behind Penske. TA at the moment they're both done a stop there, but Dill will have to do another one. Bazooka's 3-second time penalty as Penske is probably going to go to the end unless a late safety car were to happen.
Yeah, I would think so. It takes probably a couple of laps to get the hard competitor tyres up and running, so it's probably why you're seeing that effect with Dill being so close behind.
I think that's. But the fronts of Dills will be screaming pretty shortly.
Yes.
So Owens in P10's in the points currently. Hasn't just had a quiet race up to this point, really. As the racing points are right next to each other. Well, they were at the hairpin.
Hovering under that second mark between those two, and then the 5.5 seconds back to Death, so they're dropping Death away here, but Jared's probably starting to close in on Death a little bit here for P3.
Yeah, he's dropping Dubstep at the moment, with Zombie still right behind him. He's not letting him go that easy.
No,
flags. Carbo's out.
Is this the safety car?
Is this the safety car? No, otherwise it would have been caught out by now.
Oh,
it's
virtual.
a PSC. It's a VSC. Well, what does? Ooh, does Reptile come in? No, he stays out. So no one. I don't think the racing point's a bit too far.
Oh no, Matt.
Drive-through penalty. Speeding under VSC. Not great there, so he'll probably be coming out outside the points potentially.
Well, that's just screwed his race now, I think, with that. Just if you way over the delta and you don't get underneath that delta, that's what causes that penalty. So, yeah, I think that's his race done, I think. Unless late safety car or something saves him.
Yeah. As we go, green flag racing DRS enabled, so the end of the VSC period is now over. So Warden, he's lost about a second there. And to make the move onto Owens. Zombie and Dubstep swapping positions as well.
Yep.
Oh, wrong one. Here comes X still. Will he send it on Penske? He's going for it.
He will.
He's got it. DRS overtake mode down the inside.
Penske trying to switch back.
Switch back. And I think still with the better tyres. As Matt's doing his drive-through penalty right now. This is going to drop him towards Broker Reptile.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there.
Now, so he's out ahead of Reptile in P12.
Yeah, he really needs a safety car now to claw back his race, I would think.
Well, let's see if he can pick up the pace and catch back up to Brazuca. It's 4.2 behind him, so Brazuca on the fresh hards as well.
Here comes Dubstep again. Sorry to interrupt, there's on Zombie. These two might be doing backwards and forwards here. Yep,
so the man in P2's in, so Ryan's got to stay out for another lap. That promotes Deathbro up into P2, and he stays up for another lap. 7 seconds is the gap between Ryan and Death. Jared's up to P3. Where's Warden? He's coming out now. The lead behind Zombie.
You have plenty of fresh air.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Dale's 33 odd seconds behind. Yeah. Yeah, Penske's still right behind next Dill as well, as Dill hasn't really pulled out a gap on him yet. But 5 lap old softs probably starting to wear out. Berserker overtakes Owens for P10.
Yep.
So let's run forward with Ryan for the last little bit of this lap 12 of 28 on the back straight here. Let's see what he does. Does he come in or does he stay out a little bit longer? As Warden's out on the hard compounder tyres.
I think he would come in just to try avoid that undercut that Warden did. He's going to stay it out.
He stays out. Okay, let's see what the man does and P2 does. Does he come in? He's in. What does Jared do? He stays out. So Death Bro's in, probably looking for the overcut, but Warden's at the hairpin now. And Death Bro's not in his pit box. He is now. Warden, yeah, I think Warden's got him. He'll put out another massive gap on him. And Zombie is into the lane as well. So Death Bro on hards, Warden on hards. That promotes B Dubstep up into P3. He can go longer if he wanted to. Let's actually to the leader. He's 19 seconds, nearly 20 odd seconds behind Ryan. The pit stop is what, about 20, 21 seconds? Potentially?
Something like that, I think it is. I'm not entirely sure, but
This is going to be interesting to see what Dubstep does. If he can take this tyres to around about lap 19, as Dubstep gets a 3-second time, and lap 19, lap 20, could he go for a set of softs at the end?
Beautiful switchback. Sorry to interrupt there, but Penske got the move done on Dill there through that fast left-hander there. Did a perfect setup there and gets back to 6th place. So those softs are probably starting to die, I would think, on Dill's car.
As Ryan stays at Edge, gets a 3-second time penalty. I thought that was going to come out as Ryan. But Matt's made the move on to Broken Reptile for P11. Yellow flag sector 2. Might have been Owens. Stays out as well. The Death Bro's out in 5th. So he's been the overcut on Penske work. Just by staying out that longer.
Yes. Big gap behind.
As Dill is into the lane. Probably for a set of meters to go to the end.
Yeah, I would think so. Yes, it is mediums.
Yeah, mediums. So Matt's back up into the points here, but he has to make his first pit stop. As well as Warden's right behind B Dubstep now. So that racing point coming alive on those hard combator tyres. Warden making them work as Zombie's made the move on Edge. And Bazooka's right there, so Zombie's in a AlphaTauri sandwich at the moment.
Yeah.
Owens coming to the lane for a set of hard competitor tyres and he's out in P14.
Yeah, I was going to say Zombie get past one AlphaTauri, now he's going to try and get past the other AlphaTauri in front, of being Brazuca.
Ryan's in, but we're on board with Water 99 and he's got the move done from B Dubstep P3 here, ladies and gentlemen. Water knocks up a little bit, but he stays ahead.
That's going to lead.
In his pit box now, Water's it's lead.
The fastest lap. Yes.
Ward. On 2 lap old hard and Ryan's out on fresh hards as well. They're both good. But Ryan has beat Dubstep in front of him, so Warden's hoping for Dubstep to hold him up too much.
Not too much longer.
So that's with a pit net. P5.
Way behind.
Here comes Ryan. And he's already got the move done, doesn't need DRS. But he doesn't have DRS on this back straight here.
Might actually. Yes, he does.
Dubstep's got DRS, but 14 up a lap old hards. It's probably starting to fade a little bit. Let's see what Jared does. He stays up for another lap. Could Jared be doing the medium soft strap?
I wasn't going to rule out that strategy either. It was either going to be one or two of them possibly could do it, but now Jared's still out there. I wouldn't rule it out. As here comes Zombie for 7th place.
Gets the move done. Reptile's right behind Matt as well. He doesn't have DRS unfortunately, but Zombie's up in the P7. So there'd be some good points here for the Mercedes team. Warden's 5.5 seconds behind DRC Jared. As Matt is coming into lane now, and as Reptile gets up in the P10, and all the Reptile fans will be going off for their man.
Oh, Brazuca's off.
Oh no, Brazuca. He doesn't have any wing damage, which is pretty crucial around here.
Yes, I just caught the back end of that just coming through turn 2, I think it was, between turns 2 and 3, and see him in the grass. So I wonder, maybe he went for a half spin, maybe.
As Ryan's clawed back water, it's under a second. We'll have DRS. Ryan's got a little bit more ERS to play with.
Yep.
And not by much.
No, yeah, not very much.
Or Warden locks up, gets the thing slowed down. As Jared's in the lane. Let's actually stay on board with Jared and let's see what tyres he goes on. Looks like cards.
A very short stint.
Hard. As Dubstep's into the lane. So
Behind Death.
Yeah, Penske's at the final corner. Start crossing the finishing line now. So Penske will for the P5 as Dubstep is on medium. So we'll get for B Dubstep hits tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
There goes Zombie, so he'll reunite that battle again, maybe a little bit later on, but gets ahead of both AlphaTauris. This is being led by Edge at the moment.
Yeah, but I think Edge's mediums might be dominating a little bit. As we're on board New Zealand Ryan, so the racing points have effectively swapped after the pit stops.
Reckon they're probably going to race hard here.
As Matt is right behind Savory as well, and looks like he's got the move done. As we can see on the minimap, but we'll stay on board with New Zealand Ryan and Warden 99 battle for the race lead. Warden with his fresh set of tyres compared to Warden. And Ryan's a bit too far back, maybe turn 1 potentially, as we're on lap 17 of 28. So this race is flown by. We've had one DNF, cover odds, and we've had one VSC, and we're on lap 18 of 28, so 11 racing laps to go. And do not rule out a potential safety car later on happening.
There's a switch at AlphaTauri.
Gets ahead of Edge. As Ryan's right on Warden's gearbox.
Keeping him honest, that's for sure. As Edge now comes in, I had a feeling he was going to pit sooner rather than later.
Yeah, probably another set of softs, potentially. Is he in his box? Yeah, another set of mediums, so he's going to the end. So no one on the softs unless a safety car does come out.
Might just stay ahead of Matt.
And he does. Oh, 3 second time, but that's actually a good thing to check. Warden has 2 warnings. Ryan's got nothing, so Warden's 1 away from a penalty, and Death Bro's got 1 penalty, 1 warning. Jared's got 1 penalty, 2 warnings. Penske's got 2 warnings. Zombie, a penalty and a warning. Dubstep had 1 penalty. Bazooka, 1 penalty, 1 warning. Reptile has nothing. And Dill has 2 warnings, so he's 1 away from a penalty, perhaps. As Ryan's made the move on Warden, so we missed that, so I do apologise. Checking the penalty situation. So Warden, Ryan made the move on Warden, number 1. Let's see what Warden does. Dubstep has the fastest lap of the 3-4. As I said, watch out for being Dubstep come the end of the race.
Well, he's past Zombie, so that's 6th place for him. 5th place is not out of the question. I don't know about 4th. He probably, maybe Jared's obviously on the fresh hard, so, I mean, might be 5th place for Dubstep, which wouldn't be too bad of a race result. I think he's been pretty consistent this season. But yeah, we missed the battle. Just as I was checking the penalty situation, I just saw that Ryan had taken the lead, but I only just sort of on the race director. So again, we apologise.
As Water has DRS, I'm just looking at the leader gap. Dubstep's 24.8 seconds behind Ryan. So race win might be not doable unless these two just keep battling to the race end. But he's 12 seconds behind Jared. So we'll just keep an eye on that.
It's a tough ask, but you never know. We'll wait and see.
So this is the closest battle on track as Jared fastest up with a 33.389 on those hard competitor tyres. Would not be surprised to see B Dubstep's name pop up again. No.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe a lap or two, maybe. Unless Jared goes nuts on the hards, which we wouldn't rule out, but probably we should mention as well, he's closing on Death Bro for that podium spot.
Well, both Death Bro and Jared do have a penalty, so it's going to be fair game.
Yep.
As Ryan goes a little bit wide there. And do not forget, Water is one away from a penalty as well. At 20 of 28, coming to an end. Owens is still in P14, just on his own, on the pad here tonight. He's not on his wheel. Penske's 10 seconds behind DRC Jared. And Dubstep's about 2.1 seconds behind Penske. So I think 5th place might be on the cards for Dubstep. I think 4th might be out of the question potentially.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Just had that feeling. He's getting it under 2 seconds now, the gap. So see Penske there in the foreground.
ERS. So Penske's got over 50% ERS. Dubstep has 25.
Got a lot more. Although Dubstep's, I think, pushing a little bit here as Owens having a spin.
Yeah, Owens is spun and Dill's got Reptile. So Reptile still in the points here. He's got 13 seconds of a gap on Edge at the moment. Edge on those first mediums. Probably one look at towards the end of the race as well. As Watt still right behind New Zealand Ryan. But we haven't had a safety car here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've had one BSC. So, Xavier Mitchell gets another 3-second time penalty. Dubstep gets a 3-second time penalty. Ooh.
Well, let me just check the penalties. So, he's on 2 penalties. So and Penske's on 2 warnings on the brink of a penalty. So he's got to get past Penske quickly and then build a 6-second gap just to claim P5.
Also, Zombie is only 4.2 seconds behind Dubstep as well. So if he doesn't pull out the gap to Zombie as well, he could lose P6.
Yeah, let's just check. Zombie, he's got 1 penalty, a Zombie, so might not be all too bad.
As the racing points battle with Penske and beat Dubstep. Just right on board for these. Oh, Matt is right behind Edge as well for P11.
A couple of battles around, but everyone's sort of just, spaced out a little bit. Gap is coming down as well between Jared and Death Bro, so
Jared's quickly running out of the laps at the moment. He's got 7 laps to do it. And hope these two do not get a penalty each. As we're back on board with Warden, and he's still behind New Zealand Ryan. Just can't find a way. He's on overtaking mode at the moment. Probably picking up. And in P2, Dubstep and Penske.
Here he comes.
Penske with the switchback of 3. One or two, I think it's Owens that. Dubstep has the move done.
Penske got it back.
DRS, Dubstep down the ins. Oh my god, oh, a bit of contact. Penske gets down the inside, no. Dubstep around the outside, gets it done for P5. What a move for B Dubstep, now he needs to pull out a gap on Penske, if he can do it. So, the Weird Stripe is up to P5, but we go back on board with Warden. Let's see what he can do against Dylan Ryan. But I think Ryan might have this in the bag, potentially. 10 lap old hards against 7 old hards. I mean, it's not much of a difference of 3 laps, but as Savory's into the pit lane, probably going for fastest lap attempt.
Yeah, soft tyres there.
Warden with the RS space over half a second behind Ryan as well, and Savory has been lapped. Jared, 3-second time penalty.
Oh,
so
that's going to cost him.
Edge 3-second time penalty. Well, that's nothing new with Edge, but Jared, he's got 2 3-second time penalties now. Well, Death only has 1 from memory. I think his name popped up again.
Just let me have a quick check. No, only the 1 penalty, so Death probably can just stay in front of him here, or if he loses the spot to Jared, get within 3 seconds and he can still claim that podium.
He's got 5 laps remaining. That's Death, bro. Can he hold on to P3 and do damage limitation against New Zealand Ryan, as he looks like he might pull off the win here tonight and extend that championship lead. At the moment, 16 points from Ryan to Death Row. The win here will push that out to over 20 points. It's a 20, so it's still under a race win between Ryan and Death Row, but Death Row really needs to start winning some races as well, or getting some P2s if Ryan wins to limit the damage.
Well, Death's already won at one of the new tracks so far, that being Vietnam, and we head to a new track next time out.
Sandford. Oh, that's going to be interesting. If it's going to be anything like Hanoi, it's going to be interesting.
Well, there's a lot of fast-flowing corners there. Sorry to interrupt there. There's a lot of fast-flowing corners there, so might be for interesting battles and maybe the odd crashes. But yeah, I think what you're saying, Matt was closing in on Edge.
Yeah, Matt's closing on Edge at the moment. But all for P11 and 12 at the most. Reptile has pulled out the gap to Edge again. 10 seconds, it's 5 seconds behind X-Steel, but X-Steel's tyres might be running a bit thin at the moment. Owens gets another 3-second time penalty.
Just getting out everybody's road here.
Yeah. So, Owens been lapped by the top 4. Can Warden get onto the back of New Zealand Ryan at the hairpin? Let's see. Owens another 3-second time penalty, but he's currently in 14th. Penske 3-second time penalty.
Now that's critical.
So
Let me just have a
Dubstep
double
8.
check.
Dubstep
So 2
only
penalties,
needs to put-
dubstep.
and,
Yeah,
yep,
3 seconds. Yeah,
Penske.
basically.
Yeah, so he's got to put a gap to 3 seconds to get Penske and outside with the fastest lap. But yeah, he won't get anything for that.
No, everything outside the points, but that gap is nearly 3 seconds. Still on 0.6, 2.5. So, but that gap for third is under a second now, and Matt, I think, has got edge.
Yep, but Edge will have DRS on that back straight. Just looking at that mini map, coming towards that swooping snail section. So we're on this ball. We're on ball with DRC Jared at the moment. He's got one more time penalty than Death Row. He's got 3 laps to get ahead of Death Row and pull a 3-second gap. Can he do it?
Tough ask, but Edge has got by Matt again, so I don't think that was probably the ideal spot to be with Matt being in front, but never know, he might have one back here on Edge, down the front straight.
Yeah,
This time he's got it.
Yeah, Matt has got Edge. But 10 seconds behind Broken Reptile. I think Reptile might have P10 in the bag, and that would be delightful for the Reptile fans. But Dubstep's in P5 at the moment, so we've outscored Renault here tonight.
Yes, 10 points to just the 1 as Ryan gets the fastest lap of the race back on the hard tyres.
Ryan pushing, same with Warden 99. Gaps at the 10 seconds between Warden and Death Bro. As
Owens.
Yeah, Owens is into the lane. 2 laps to go. It's going to come down to the wire here. Warden on a bit of a penalty. Ryan's got nothing. Like, he had no warning when I last checked.
Let me double check quickly. He's on 2 warnings now, Ryan. So if he gets another warning, it might be game on.
Well, both for one more warning each for a penalty.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So the first person to get a penalty, that's probably going to be a race over. As here comes DRC Jared. He's running out of time to overtake Death Row and that 3-second gap.
He has to get by him now just to have any hope, but it's fast fading. Just under nearly 1 lap to go.
A lap and 2 corners to go at the hairpin. Does
Pretty
Ryan
much.
and Warden go? Oh, Dubstep lost the back end there a little bit.
Need to do anything silly. Still got a 5-second gap back to Penske. So it's all good.
Ryan,
Zombies closing in here.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ryan and Warden has started the final lap as Savory's into the lane, probably for another set of tyres, but he won't get to do the fastest lap again.
No.
And Jared's still behind Death Bro, so it looks like Death Bro put onto the podium here tonight. And here comes Warden. He's on the charge here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. About 1 second. But Warden's fuel light is on. Same with Ryan. ERS 21. They both got the same amount of ERS. So, who's got the better fuel? Who can run it in Richmond's for that, just that little bit longer?
Depends, but it's looking good for Racing Point, and no doubt if Palms is watching, be glad to know that Warden is doing his car well here in P2.
And here comes Warden DRS, overtake, both in overtake mode. I think Ryan will have it. Ryan's got it. Coming around the hairpin, does the Racing Points. Feels like sector 1, it's an AlphaTauri. Death Bro.
Edge.
And Racing Points are 1 and 2. Jared and Death Bro. And Death Bro will hold on to P3, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Jared's out!
Wow.
Oh no, Jared's out at the same place he crashed at qualifying. This will promote B Dubstep. He will get 4th place, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Penske
nice
will
crash
get,
there, Savory.
Penske will get 5th, Zombie 6th. Brazuca will get P8.
P7 once he
P7,
gets past
sorry.
Jared.
Oh,
Everyone
no.
will move up a spot here, up to probably about edge.
Dill's got P7 ahead of Brazuca. Reptile will get P9. The Reptile fans will be going off their nut. Matt will get P10, the final points for Williams. So a good full of points for Williams here tonight. And Jared's officially outside the points. Oh dear. Oh. My mic turned off. So I was just gonna say, oh dear, Mercedes. Toto Wolff will be banging his desk.
May have been potentially a little drama that happened in that last, before the hairpin between Death and Jared, going by what I've just seen in the Twitter chat, but it'll be up, it depends on whether the stewards want to have a say on it or not. We'll wait and see, but probably doesn't matter too much because Jared's out of it, was out of the race, but
Can you run down the race order?
I can.
It stopped streaming again. Because I'm turned off.
all right, so Ryan wins the Grand Prix points, 3 of a second ahead of Warden. Then Death Bro hangs on for 3rd, head of Dubstep in P4. Penske from pole to P5. Zombie P6. Dylan 7th. Brazuca in 8th. Broken Reptile in 9th. And Matt rounds out your top 10. Probably wouldn't thought of that a bit earlier on, but anyway. Edge in P11. Ahead of DRC Jared, who crashed out just after the finishing, or just before the finishing line, I should say, but we classified a lap down. Saving Bits Pie, Owens in 14th, a lap down, and the only DNF being Cowboy Oz.
That's unfortunate for Calbo in the lone DNF, but heartbreak for DRC Jared. I just want to apologise. My controller turned off, so it just stopped the stream. So I do apologise. Nice. So Roscoe will be putting up his POV. So that's just fantastic.
That's all right.
But yeah, so next week is Danforth, but tonight, Ross, who was your driver of the day? Codemasters came to beat Dubstep. So who was your driver of the day?
Yeah, I probably agree with the Codemasters. I probably was going to maybe give it to Jared for maybe getting from, what was it, last to P4, but obviously crashing out probably put pay to that. So yeah, I'm going to go with say what Codemaster said and say Dubstep. Agree or not, Frizy?
Yeah, I give it to B Dubstep as well. I was going to give it to Jared as well, but yeah, just crashing at the end there. It's not. I don't know what happened at the hairpin. I was on board with it for a split second. I did see a bit of weaving, so that could be some potential drama there.
Yeah.
But Brian does extend his championship over Death Bro. So what? 16
at 11 points.
So 11 points gap, so it's 27 points the gap, so it's over a race win and fastest lap as well. So if Ryan does miss a race and Death Bro wins and gets fastest lap, Ryan will still have the championship lead. Or after 4 rounds, I know there's a lot of I know a lot of racing to go, but Ryan, the early favourite, take out this championship for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next week is Zandvoort. So do tune in next week for myself and Roscoe to talk absolute nonsense. Hopefully we'll get a safety car.
Well, fingers crossed we do.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, let us know in the chat who was your driver of the day. All that good stuff. I think hopefully Matt will do the standings tonight and Roscoe can put them at the end of the video for when he does it.
I'll try and get the video up as quickly as we can, up on the ROL YouTube channel. There's still big question marks on whether Saturday stream will be happening. We'll wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, it's Vietnam again, so looking forward to driving into a war at that pace.
Yes.
But yeah, I think Mitchie said he might be back. We're not exactly sure if he is or not. Follow us on our Twitter page at Redline RLF1. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the videos will be up there. They'll be in a play. Season 2 video, hopefully at 6 p.m. the next. Hopefully, if Matt is just blame Matt. And until next week, it is goodbye. And we'll see you all at Zandvoort for next Monday. See ya!
See ya.